Luxury watches are more than timekeeping instruments. They are symbols of craftsmanship, heritage, and timeless artistry admired by collectors across generations. At auctions, they transform into cultural treasures, commanding staggering prices and captivating the global luxury market. Their rarity, provenance, and intricate mechanics elevate them into icons of wealth and prestige. The world of high-end watch auctions thrives on exclusivity, where a single bid can break records and create history, reminding us of mankind's fascination with time. Brands like Patek Philippe, Rolex, Audemars Piguet, and Breguet dominate this realm, shaping a legacy of innovation and luxury. Each auction represents passion, competition, and prestige. Collectors view these auctions not only as investments, but as opportunities to secure living history, where every watch carries a story of craftsmanship and legacy. Auction houses such as Sotheby's, Christie's, and Phillips provide the stage for these masterpieces, transforming timepieces into cultural milestones. From Geneva to Hong Kong, New York to London, the hammer falls with drama, anticipation, and the weight of history as record-breaking watches rewrite what luxury truly means. Over decades, the fascination with mechanical perfection has elevated certain timepieces to the highest ranks of desirability, securing their place among the world's most coveted objects. The most expensive watches ever sold at auction reveal a fascinating journey where rarity, provenance, and prestige converge into breathtaking records. With each sale, the global spotlight turns to horology, reminding us that watches are more than functional, they are eternal art. This is the story of those extraordinary timepieces. 1. Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300 A031 or million a 2019 Christie's. The Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime Ref 6300 holds the title of the most expensive wristwatch ever sold at auction, achieving a staggering R31 million at Christie's Geneva in 2019. This extraordinary result came during the Only Watch charity auction, where unique timepieces are donated by prestigious brands to support research on Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Unlike most Patek Philippe masterpieces crafted in precious metals, this particular Grandmaster chime was made in stainless steel, a rarity that drastically increased its desirability. Collectors value steel Patek Philippe watches because the brand produces very few, making them especially exclusive. Beyond its unique case material, the watch stands as a technical marvel, featuring an astonishing 20 complications including a minute repeater, perpetual calendar, dual time zones, and a patented acoustic alarm that chimes at a preset time. Its reversible case, with one dial in rose gold and the other in black, highlights the brand's fusion of artistry and functionality. The Grandmaster chime is more than a timekeeping instrument, it is a celebration of Patek Philippe's mastery of haute horology, representing centuries of refinement and innovation. By breaking all previous records, it cemented itself as a cultural landmark in the world of luxury watch auctions. 2. Rolex Daytona Paul Newman 17.8 million 2017. Phillips' The Rolex Daytona Paul Newman is one of the most iconic and historically significant wristwatches ever to appear at auction, selling for 17.8 million at Phillips in New York in 2017. This record-breaking result not only elevated the Daytona's status but also redefined the vintage Rolex market on a global scale. The watch originally belonged to actor, race car driver, and cultural icon Paul Newman, whose personal style and connection to motorsport gave the model its enduring nickname. Newman famously wore this particular Daytona Ref 6239, which was a gift from his wife Joanne Woodward, engraved on the back with the words, "Drive carefully, me." The defining feature of this watch is its exotic dial, often called the Paul Newman dial. Characterized by its contrasting colors, square markers within the sub-dials, and bold Art Deco styling. Collectors long considered these dials rare and desirable, but the direct link to Newman himself elevated this example to unprecedented fame. Unlike most luxury timepieces celebrated purely for mechanical complexity, this watch's value lies in its provenance, symbolism, and celebrity connection. By achieving nearly 18 million, the Paul Newman Daytona not only shattered Rolex auction records, but also became a cultural icon of watch collecting history. 3. Patek Philippe Henry Graves Super Complication 24 million 2014. Sotheby's The Patek Philippe Henry Graves Super Complication is often regarded as the Mona Lisa of timepieces, a symbol of ultimate craftsmanship and the golden age of watchmaking. Commissioned in 1925 by New York banker Henry Graves Jr., it was conceived as part of a friendly rivalry between Graves and automobile magnate James Ward Packard, both competing to own the world's most complicated watch. The project required over 8 years of painstaking labor by Patek Philippe's finest watchmakers, culminating in its completion in 1933. The result was a pocket watch featuring 24 complications, an unprecedented feat at the time. Among its functions are a perpetual calendar, Westminster chimes, sunrise and sunset times, and even a celestial chart of the night sky above Graves's New York residence. These extraordinary features made it the most technically advanced watch of its era, a marvel of engineering and artistry that pushed the boundaries of mechanical horology. When it resurfaced at Sotheby's in 2014, the Henry Graves Super Complication fetched 24 million, setting a world record for a timepiece at auction. More than a watch, it represents human ambition, innovation, and passion for mastering time itself, securing its place as one of the most legendary horological creations in history. 4. Patek Philippe Stainless Steel Ref 1518, 11.1 million. 2016, Philips, the Patek Philippe Ref 1518, sold for 11.1 million at Philips in 2016, became the most expensive stainless steel wristwatch ever auctioned. Introduced in 1941, it was the world's first perpetual calendar chronograph wristwatch produced in series, marking a milestone in horological history. While most examples were crafted in gold, the stainless steel version is exceptionally rare, with only 4 known pieces in existence. Its combination of mechanical innovation, wartime production context, and unparalleled scarcity makes it one of the most desirable watches among elite collectors, cementing its legacy as a crown jewel of haute horology. 5 Patek Philippe Gabi Milano double-signed Ref 2523 $9 million in 2019. Christie's The Patek Philippe Ref 2523 Gabi Milano, sold for $9 million at Christie's in 2019, is one of the rarest and most admired world-time wristwatches ever made. Produced in 1953, it is distinguished by its cloisonné enamel dial depicting a vivid map of Eurasia, blending artistry with horological mastery. Double signed by the prestigious Italian retailer Gabi Milano, its dual branding adds immense historical value. With only a handful of Ref 2523 watches known to exist, its scarcity, craftsmanship, and aesthetic beauty elevate it to legendary status among collectors, making it a true masterpiece of 20th century watchmaking. 6 Rolex Unicorn Daytona Ref 6265 5.9 million. 2018, Philips The Rolex Daytona Unicorn Ref 6265, sold for 5.9 million and at Philips in 2018, is one of the rarest and most mythical Rolex watches ever produced. Manufactured in 1970, it stands apart as the only known white gold vintage Daytona, since nearly all were made in stainless steel. Its luxurious precious metal case contrasted sharply with the Daytona's traditional tool watch image, making it a true anomaly in Rolex history. Auctioned for charity from collector John Goldberger's collection, the Unicorn became legendary, combining rarity, elegance, and philanthropy, and solidifying its place as one of Rolex's greatest masterpieces. 7 Patek Philippe Caliber 89 to 5.2 million. 2009 Antiquarium. The Patek Philippe Caliber 89, unveiled in 1989 to celebrate the brand's 150th anniversary, was hailed as the most complicated watch in the world for decades. Housing 33 complications in 728 individual parts, it showcases extraordinary achievements in micro-engineering and design. Among its functions are a perpetual calendar, moon phases, sunrise and sunset times, and even a thermometer reflecting unmatched ingenuity. Weighing over a kilogram, it is more a horological marvel than a wearable watch. Selling for 5.2 million in Antiquarium in 2009, the Caliber 89 remains a landmark creation symbolizing Patek Philippe's mastery and pursuit of perfection. 8 Rolex Baudai Ref 6062 to 5.1 million. 2017, Philips, once owned by Baudai, the last emperor of Vietnam. This Rolex became legendary when it sold for 5.1 million. Its black dial diamond marker and a triple calendar moon phase set it apart as a rare and regal timepiece. Its imperial provenance turned it into one of Rolex's most historic creations. 9 Patek Philippe Titanium Ref 2AT Zoo at Center Speed 2 million. Ace 2017, only watch the Patek Philippe Ref 5 2AT 010, crafted exclusively for the 2017 only watch charity auction, fetched an impressive 6.2 million, making it one of the most valuable modern Patek Philippe pieces ever sold. This unique titanium edition of the Grand Complication 5288 features a minute repeater, chronograph, and perpetual calendar, showcasing technical brilliance. Titanium is rarely used by Patek, increasing its allure and rarity among collectors. The watch also boasts a striking blue dial with hand guilloche carbon fiber motif, merging innovation with elegance. Its one-of-a-kind nature and charitable purpose combined to elevate its desirability, cementing it as a modern horological treasure. 10. George Daniels Space Traveler's Watch I 4.6 million S 2019 Sotheby's. The George Daniels Space Traveler's Eye, created in 1982, is a landmark in independent watchmaking, showcasing the genius of Britain's most celebrated horologist. Daniels, who invented the coaxial escapement, built this watch entirely by hand, demonstrating technical brilliance and artistic refinement. Featuring a double wheel escapement, solar and sidereal time, and dual time functions, it was inspired by the idea of a watch suitable for space exploration. Sold for 4.6 million at Sotheby's in 2019, it became a symbol of the independent watchmaker's ability to rival historic brands. Its rarity and visionary design make it a legendary masterpiece of horology. 11 Patek Philippe Ref 2499 in platinum, 3.9 million. 2012 Christie's. The Patek Philippe Ref 2499 is widely regarded as one of the most iconic perpetual calendar chronographs ever made, produced between 1950 and 1985. While the majority were crafted in yellow or rose gold, a platinum version, virtually unknown to collectors for years, surfaced and achieved 3.9 million at Christie's in 2012. Its unparalleled rarity and refined design immediately elevated it to Holy Grail status among serious enthusiasts. The Ref 2499 combines historical importance, mechanical sophistication, and timeless aesthetics, making the Platinum Edition one of the most desirable and exclusive Patek Philippe watches ever to appear at auction. 12. Rolex The Legend Daytona Ref 6263 and 3.7 million. 2017. Philips The Rolex Daytona Ref 6263. The Legend is one of the rarest and most celebrated vintage Daytonas ever discovered. Distinguished by its unique lemon green A dial, this extraordinary piece is believed to be one of only 3 known examples worldwide. Its rarity, combined with the Daytona's iconic status in both motorsport and watch collecting culture, fueled intense bidding at Philips in 2017, where it achieved $3.7 million. Collectors value not only its exclusivity, but also its position as a symbol of Rolex's enduring legacy, making the legend one of the crown's most coveted and mythical creations. 13. Breguet Grande Complication No. 1160, $3.3 million is 2012. Christie's. The Breguet Grande Complication No. 1160, sold for $3.3 million at Christie's in 2012, is a faithful recreation of the legendary Marie Antoinette watch, one of the most famous timepieces in horological history. Commissioned in the late 18th century but completed long after the Queen's death, the original symbolized Breguet's mastery of innovation and artistry. The modern No. 1160 retains multiple complications, exquisite finishing, and unrivaled craftsmanship, honoring that legacy. Its auction appearance reaffirmed Breguet's status as a cornerstone of haute horology, bridging past and present while celebrating the enduring influence of one of watchmaking's greatest names. 14. Patek Philippe Ref 5 out of 4T Titanium, $3.9 million 2013 only watch. The Patek Philippe Ref 5 and 4T, created exclusively for the 2013 only watch charity auction, fetched $3.9 million, making it one of the most desirable modern Patek models. Unlike the traditional Ref 5004s, which were crafted in precious metals, this one-off piece was made in titanium, a highly unusual material for the brand. The watch features a perpetual calendar and split-seconds chronograph paired with a bold, sportier dial design that set it apart from classical Patek aesthetics. Its uniqueness, combined with the charitable cause, captivated collectors and cemented its reputation as a standout masterpiece in modern horology. 15. Rolex Wooster Albino Daytona Ref 6263 of $4 million in 2014. Philips. The Rolex Wooster Albino Daytona Ref 6263 is one of the most coveted vintage Rolex watches, celebrated for its ultra-rare silvered albino dial. Once part of musician Eric Clapton's personal collection, the watch proved its added immense prestige and desirability. Auctioned at Philips in 2014, it achieved $40 million, placing it among the most valuable Daytonas ever sold. The albino dial, with its striking monochromatic design, distinguishes it from standard variants and highlights Rolex's legendary attention to detail. Combining rarity, celebrity ownership, and iconic Daytona heritage, this timepiece remains a legendary symbol in the world of vintage watch collecting. 16. Vacheron Constantin 57260, estimated $8 million, private standing Constantin 57260. Unveiled in 2015, is widely regarded as the most complicated watch ever created, boasting an astonishing 57 complications. Commissioned by a private collector, it reportedly took 8 years of development and craftsmanship by 3 master watchmakers. Functions include multiple calendars, a double retrograde split-seconds chronograph, astronomical indications, and a remarkable Hebraic perpetual calendar. While never sold at public auction, its estimated value of around $8 million reflects its unparalleled complexity and exclusivity. The 57260 stands as a symbol of ultimate horological ambition, showcasing Vacheron Constantin's technical supremacy and the extraordinary possibilities of mechanical watchmaking. 17. Patek Philippe Ref 1527, $5.7 million 2010. Christie's. The Patek Philippe Ref 1527, produced during World War II, is one of the most historically significant wristwatches ever made. Often regarded as the spiritual ancestor of the brand's perpetual calendars, it introduced design elements that would influence future icons like the Ref 2499. In 2010, it sold for $5.7 million at Christie's, highlighting its immense rarity and importance. Its large case size for the era, refined aesthetics, and innovative perpetual calendar complication set it apart during a time of global turmoil. Combining wartime history, technical advancement, and scarcity, the Ref 1527 remains a fascinating landmark in Patek Philippe's legacy. 18. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo A Series, 100 million of various auctions at the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo A Series, introduced in 1972, is one of the most influential luxury sports watches ever made. Designed by G.A. Raul Jenna, its bold octagonal bezel, exposed screws, and integrated bracelet challenged traditional ideas of elegance. Initially controversial, it eventually redefined modern watchmaking and inspired an entire category of high-end sports watches. Early A Series examples, particularly those with A serial numbers, have become highly collectible, with prices surpassing 100 million at auction. Their rise underscores growing appreciation for modern classics and the enduring legacy of Jenna's visionary design in the world of haute horology. 19. George Daniels Space Travelers Watch Out at 4.3 million 2017. Sotheby's. The George Daniels Space Travelers 2, completed after the first version in 1982, reaffirmed the late master's place as the greatest independent watchmaker of the 20th century. Featuring dual-time systems, solar and sidereal, along with a chronograph and Daniels' revolutionary coaxial escapement, it embodies both scientific ingenuity and horological artistry. In 2017, it sold for $4.3 million at Sotheby's, setting another benchmark for independent watchmaking. Collectors treasure Daniels' creations not only for their extreme rarity, but also for the fact that each was entirely handmade. The Space Traveler's Sika remains a masterpiece, proving one man's genius could rival entire Mason's 20. Patek Philippe Ref 3448 Senza Luna 3.8 million 2021 Philips. The Patek Philippe Ref 3448 Senza Luna is one of the rarest perpetual calendars ever produced by the Maison. Unlike standard Ref 3448 models, this unique version was made without a moon phase display, giving it the nickname Senza Luna, meaning without moon in Italian. Its clean, minimalist dial enhances its mystique and sets it apart as a horological anomaly. In 2017, it sold for 3.8 million at Philips, drawing immense attention from collectors. With its rarity, historical importance, and unconventional design, the Senza Luna remains a highly coveted masterpiece within Patek Philippe's legendary catalog of perpetual calendars. 21. Patek Philippe Ref 1591 to 2.2 million 1996. Christie's The Patek Philippe Ref 1591 is one of the rarest and most mysterious perpetual calendar wristwatches in the brand's history. Produced in the 1940s, it stands out as an early waterproof perpetual calendar, an extraordinary innovation for its time. Only 2 examples are known to exist, making it a grail piece for collectors. When one sold at Anicorum in 1996 for 2.2 million, it set a groundbreaking benchmark for vintage Patek prices. Its rarity, technical advancement, and historical significance have cemented the Ref 1591's place as a legendary creation, treasured as both a horological and collectible milestone. 22. Rolex GMT Master 2 Ice, a 485 Valor P. Various auctions. The Rolex GMT Master 2 Ice is one of the brand's most extravagant creations, crafted in 18K white gold and fully set with diamonds across the case, bracelet, and bezel. Introduced in 2007, it represents Rolex's bold step into the realm of ultra-luxury gem-set timepieces, combining technical mastery with dazzling aesthetics. While not achieving the astronomical prices of vintage Daytonas, its retail value and exclusivity have made it a standout in the modern Rolex catalog. Selling for nearly $500,000 at auction, the GMT Master 2 Ice remains a highly sought-after statement piece for elite collectors worldwide. 23. Patek Philippe World Time Ref 1415 to 4 million 2002 Anicorum Patek Philippe Ref 2523 World Time. Introduced in 1939, is one of the most iconic travel watches ever produced. It features a dual crown system and a cloisonné enamel dial, making it both a mechanical and artistic masterpiece. With its vibrant world map motif, the dial showcased Patek's unparalleled craftsmanship in merging utility with beauty. Extremely rare and highly coveted, it symbolizes the Maison's leadership in world time complications. In 2012, a Ref 2523 sold for 40 million at Christie's, solidifying its status as one of the most desirable vintage Patek Philippe watches in existence. 24. FP Journe Chronom Trotter RA Sonnets prototype, a 1.5 million 2021 Philips. The FP Journe Resonance prototype, which sold for 1.5 million at Philips in 2021, highlights the genius of François Paul Journe as one of the greatest modern independent watchmakers. Built in the late 1990s, it pioneered the resonance principle, where 2 balance wheels beat in harmony to improve accuracy and efficiency. As the very first prototype of his now iconic Chronom Trotter RA Sonnets, it represents both technical brilliance and the early vision of a master. Its sale marked a milestone in the growing recognition of independent horology, with Journe watches now pursued as both mechanical treasures and investment-grade timepieces. 25. Cartier Crash 1.7 million 2022 Sotheby's. The Cartier Crash is one of the most daring and unconventional watch designs ever created, born in the swinging London era of the 1960s. Its surreal, melted case form has long been associated with artistic rebellion, reflecting the free-spirited culture of the time. Unlike the symmetrical and conservative designs typical of the era, the Crash embraced asymmetry and distortion, giving it an instantly recognizable identity that blurred the line between jewelry and horology. This bold aesthetic not only captured the imagination of collectors, but also positioned Cartier as a brand unafraid to challenge tradition with artistic expression. Rarity has played a central role in elevating the Crash to legendary status. Only a handful of vintage pieces were produced, mostly through Cartier London, making them incredibly difficult to obtain. In recent years, demand has skyrocketed, and at auction, rare vintage Crash models have achieved prices exceeding 1.7 million. This surge reflects a broader recognition that artistry and design can command values equal to, or even greater than, technical complications. The Cartier Crash is thus more than a watch. It is wearable art, a cultural icon, and a testament to the enduring power of radical design in shaping horological history. 26. Richard Mille RM 56002 Sapphire $2 million plus private sales. The Richard Mille RM 5602 Sapphire is a modern marvel that demonstrates how far contemporary watchmaking can push the boundaries of design and engineering. Introduced in 2014, it features a fully transparent case crafted entirely from sapphire crystal, a material so hard and challenging to machine that only a handful of such cases can be produced each year. This transparency not only provides a futuristic aesthetic, but also offers an unobstructed view of the intricate tourbillon movement suspended inside, supported by a unique cable and pulley system. It is a technical and visual spectacle that redefines what a luxury watch can be. Unlike vintage icons that dominate the auction world, the RN 5602 has made its mark primarily through private sales, where examples have reportedly crossed the $2 million mark. Collectors are captivated by its extreme rarity, avant-garde design, and Richard Mille's reputation for blending cutting-edge materials with haute horology. The RM 5602 represents a new face of luxury, appealing to a younger generation of enthusiasts who value innovation, bold aesthetics, and exclusivity as much as traditional complications. In many ways, it signals the future direction of high-end watchmaking, where technology and artistry merge seamlessly into breathtaking, wearable masterpieces. Christie's, Sotheby's, and Philippe stand at the very heart of the luxury watch auction world, shaping the market and setting global benchmarks with every high-profile sale. Their prestigious sale rooms in Geneva, New York, London, and Hong Kong attract the wealthiest collectors, celebrities, and horology enthusiasts. These auctions are not just commercial events, they are cultural gatherings where history, rarity, and prestige converge. Each watch is carefully curated, cataloged, and presented with a story that amplifies its desirability, turning mechanical masterpieces into legends. By building anticipation and weaving narratives of provenance, innovation, and artistry, these auction houses elevate watch sales into worldwide spectacles. Among the most celebrated events is Only Watch, the biennial charity auction that has become a stage for record-breaking sales. Dedicated to raising funds for research into muscular dystrophy, the event inspires brands to create unique timepieces offered exclusively for this noble cause. Patek Philippe in particular has dominated these auctions, producing one-off masterpieces that consistently achieve astonishing sums. The Grandmaster Chime-In Steel and the Titanium Ref, Fief 2Z8T are prime examples of how charitable purpose, rarity, and horological brilliance converge to create history. These moments highlight not only the generosity of collectors, but also the industry's power to unite art, engineering, and philanthropy. Auction houses do far more than sell watches. They craft experiences that transform precision instruments into cultural milestones. Every hammer strike echoes beyond the sales room, symbolizing the continuation of legacy. For collectors, bidding is not only about acquiring ownership, but about securing a fragment of eternity, an object that embodies history and identity. The theater of auctions, the gasps of the audience, the rapid fire of the auctioneer's calls, the suspense before the final hammer, adds to the mythos of each watch sold. Through storytelling and spectacle, watches become more than accessories, they become artifacts of human achievement. The most expensive watches ever sold at auction represent far more than their materials of gold, steel, titanium, or diamonds. They encapsulate culture, innovation, and humanity's timeless fascination with measuring and mastering time. A Patek Philippe pocket watch from the 1920s, a Rolex Daytona tied to Paul Newman, or a modern Richard Mille with a sapphire case all tell stories that transcend mechanics. They embody artistry, engineering, and ambition, bridging past and future. Each piece carries echoes of emperors, industrialists, visionaries, and artisans whose lives intersected with its creation. As records continue to fall, the global watch community eagerly awaits the next masterpiece to emerge from private vaults or hidden collections. Whether it is a century-old complication rediscovered after decades or a futuristic creation pushing the boundaries of material science, the excitement remains the same. Luxury watches are not measured in hours or seconds, but in the stories they tell, stories of innovation, beauty, and human aspiration. Each auction proves that in the world of horology, time itself becomes priceless, a treasure preserved in artistry, heritage, and the eternal ticking of a masterpiece worth millions.